All right, I'm recording. So we're gonna go over the router on a stick real quick. This is already set up right here. We're gonna go. I'm following the book and then just using over here. I kind of created based off of what he's shown us already. VLAN, 4 VLANs, HR, sales, IT management. Changed the IP addresses up a little bit. Changed the ports up a little bit. But this is done. So if, for instance, this computer right here, if I go to command prompt, let's look at the IP configuration. It's on the 99 VLAN, right? And it's IP 100. So if I wanted to talk to the computer on, let's say, VLAN 10, that would be 11.11, the way I've got it named. And you can see it's pinging here. So we're going to go ahead and create that now. We're going to go ahead. This is I don't know if he's going to have it. This is where we're going to be doing trunking. So he may be offering us MLS, and just MLS. He may have us do trunking as well. But this is trunking slash router on a stick. So I'm going to start out by putting my 2 switches. Boom, boom. And we'll throw our end devices in there. Go ahead and press Control and left click on there and get multiple. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And basically VLAN 10. That's 19. VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and VLAN 99. Okay, same thing over here. VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and VLAN 99. Now in the book, it only does 2 VLANs, so we're doing 4 because that's what he's been doing. We're going to go ahead and click on router real quick, and we're going to pull a 2911, put that right in the middle, and we'll go ahead and looking at what I've decided, right? So this is all up to you, right? This is up to you as far as what you do down here with the ISP. Well, ignore that for now, but PC1, PC2. So PC1 is my left side. PC2 is my right side. I'm doing 11.11, 11.12. So we look at what ports he's gonna tell us what ports, right? So 1 through 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold Control and left click on copper straight through, right here. Make sure I did that right. Okay. So on the switch, I'm gonna connect the cable to somewhere between 1 through 6 to the VLAN 10 computer, which is my first one, right? So I'm just gonna do 1. I'm gonna start with the ports that are at the beginning, so it's easier to remember. So VLAN 10 port 1. So I'm gonna connect it to port 1. VLAN 20, it starts at port 7, so we're gonna click port 7. Click there. VLAN 30 starts at 12. We're gonna click 12. Boom, and then VLAN 99 starts at 18. So click on 18 and connect there. So that's done. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Left click port 1. VLAN 20 starts at 7, so we're going to click 7, connect here. VLAN 30 starts at 12, click 12. Or not, there we go. And then VLAN 99 starts at 18, so we're going to click 18 and connect that one. All right. So that's done. Those are connected. Now we're going to connect the 2 switches together. And again, this is for a router on a stick. Okay. We're going to use Ethernet 02 because it's the lower number. Ethernet 02. You can use whatever you want. It's just easier for me to remember that I'm putting the lower items on the lower number, right? And then we're going to connect this switch to the router. So gigabit Ethernet 01 is available. Click on the router, gigabit Ethernet 00. Now all my wiring's done. So per the book, we're going to start with switch 1. We're going to go ahead and we're going to call this switch 1, and we're going to call this switch 2, and then this will be router on stick, so ROS 1. Now we're going to do it in order the book has it. The book has it switch 1, switch 2, and then router and stick. Okay, so we're going to click on switch, click on the command line interface, CLI, hit enter, then ENA, config T. All right, now first thing we're going to do is identify all our VLANs. So you're literally going to type in VLAN 10, name is going to be HR. See, I got it right here. Name HR. Okay, now this is a pretty quick command, so you can just type it in repeatedly. VLAN 20, name sales. VLAN 30, name IT. VLAN 99, name MGMT. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now we are going to need to do our IP address / default gateway, so that's the next step. We're going to go ahead and hit exit to back out, and then we can do a read write if you want. Boom. Now we're going to interface into VLAN 99. Now it says changed up, so it's on. It's not no shutdown. Is basically did no shutdown for me. We're going to type in IP address. You can actually type in IP add. That's what the book has. The IP address scheme for VLAN 99 is 192.168.99.0. So we're going to call this switch 1.1. So 192.168.99.1. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0 because it's /24, which is what he's probably going to give us. Hit enter. No shutdown. Boom. I'm going to hit exit. Now I'm back to just config T. From config T, we're going to type in IP default. And you see I can hit tab. You know what Mr. Shreefoy does? It hits tab. It types it in for you. IP default gateway. And our default gateway is going to be 192.168.99.1. Okay. I screwed this up. All right. We're going to go back up to what I was doing. Interface VLAN 99. We got to put .2. I put .1 in my head and .2. This is correct because we want the interface for switch 1 to be .2. Default gateway is going to be .1. That's coming later. Okay, so my bad. Default gateway is going to be .1. Usually we do .1 for the default gateway, so that's my fault for typing that in. Okay, so that's switch 1. That's done with that part. The next part is we're going to do the two things we're going to be doing with switch port is access or trunk. In this example, we're doing both access and trunk. When we do the multi-layer switch, we won't need trunk. We'll just need access. So what we're going to do, we're going to exit out of the interface. Now we're just in config T. We're going to type in int, and these are called fast ports. So if I were to click on this switch, right, or hover over this switch, okay, you see how it shows fast Ethernet? Fast Ethernet 0 through 24, right, and then some gigabits. So the speed version of that, right, speed version of that is FA instead of fast. You can type fast if you want, but FA works. We're going to do a range, if you recall. I'm sorry, I'm following the book too closely. Int range, right? And what did we say? We're doing ports 1 through 6. So int range FA 0/1 through 6. And then hit enter. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. That's not helping. That's not helping the text. All right. Well, I apologize if you can't see it. How do I make this bigger? I don't think I can make this. I can literally physically make it bigger, but I can't make the text bigger. Yeah. Control F6. No. All right. Anyway. I don't know. I can't tell if you guys can read it or not, but all right. So int range fast port 0/1 through 6, because that's our ports right here. Remember, our ports right here are 1 through 6. So now we're in that range. We're going to type in switch port mode access. The caveat, the other side of this is switch port mode trunk, which we're not doing yet, but we will be doing next. Switch port mode access. Then we're going to type in switch port access, and then whatever VLAN we're doing. We're doing VLAN 10 right now. So VLAN 10. Now hit enter, and that's done. So now what you can do instead of typing all that out again is hit the up arrow 3 times. That takes you back to int range. We're going to delete that and put 7 through 11, because that's our next range. Hit enter, hit up 3 times, it takes us up to mode access. Hit enter again 3 times. We're going to change VLAN 10 to VLAN 20. Hit enter, and we're going to repeat this process for the rest of the VLAN. So 12-17, up, enter, up, delete 20, put 30, up. We're going to type in 18, that is 17, 18-22, up, enter, up, and then 99. Boom. And that is done. Boom, boom, shakalaka. Now, we're going to hit exit, get back to config. So, if we look at our diagram right here, the trunk ports are going to be the ones that are communicating between things. So, in the example that we're doing from the book, this line right here is going to be trunk, and this line is going to be trunk, which means that this interface right here and this interface right here need to be trunked, and this interface and this interface need to be trunked. So instead of mode access, we're going to do mode trunk. So far as I'm concerned with switch 1, that is my gigabit 0/2, remember from earlier, and it's going to be gigabit 0/1. So we're going to, from the config T, we're going to type in int gig 0/1, enter. Now we're in the config if. I'm going to type in switch port mode trunk, enter, no shutdown. Boom, that's it. We're going to hit up, int gig 0/2, enter. Now we're in gig 0/2, up, switch port mode trunk, up, no shutdown, exit, read write. Boom, done. Those are trunked up. Now move over to switch 2. Okay, so switch 2 is right here. We're going to do the exact same thing that we just did. Same exact thing. So enter, ENA, config T. Okay, now we're going to name it. Host name is going to be switch 2. Switch 2. Okay, I didn't rename the other one, so that's my bad. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Host name switch 1. Okay, now I can sleep at night. I got it done. I'm gonna read write as well. All right, so now back to switch 2. Same exact thing. So if you even wanted to, you could leave switch 1 up and use that as your guide as you go through it, right? So here's all the jibber jabber. Okay, literally right here is where we're going to start. Okay, now we're going to do VLAN 10. Remember, this is the super fast command. VLAN 10. Then we're going to type in name HR. Let's move it over so you can see. Okay, so we're using what's right here, which is what he's going to give us. You're not going to have to think about any of that. VLAN, what's next? VLAN. VLAN 20. Then name sales. VLAN 30. Name IT. VLAN 99. Name MGMT. Boom. That's done. We're going to hit exit. Get out of that config interface. Now we're going to do interface VLAN 99 so we can set up our IP scheme and set up our default gateway next. So IP add 192.168.99.3. I did .2 on switch 1. We're going to do .3 on switch 2. So you know we start at the lowest that we possibly can and work our way up. Same thing here. 255.255.255.0. So one thing we can do, we can keep talking about documentation, right? So right here I can put router on stick switch 1 IP is 192.168.99.2/24, and then router on stick switch 2 IP is 192.168.99.3/24. So again, we keep documenting our things so we're always remembering, writing it down so we don't forget. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. Boom, that's done. You can see we're right here on this side, right? And okay, so obviously that's where I screwed up, but essentially we're right here. All right, now that we've set the IP address, we're gonna back out, hit exit. Now I could type in no shutdown, but you see it changed the state of up. I mean, is it good habit to do no shutdown every? Typing no shutdown doesn't hurt anything. So let's say I forgot no shutdown, right? Up, up, up. Now I'm back to int VLAN 99. I hit enter. Now I can type in no shutdown, hit enter, hit exit, and now I'm back out of it. So you can always remember to use your up arrow keys or your down arrow keys to help you speed up, especially since we have a time-sensitive nature on this. All right, we're going to type in IPDEF, hit the tab button, gives us default gateway. Our default gateway is going to remain the same, 192.168.99.1. And we'll also come down here to our documentation and put router on stick default gateway equals 192.168.99.1. We've got it written down. Okay, that's done. Hit enter. No errors. We're going to go ahead and we're already in config T, so we're not going to hit exit, which is what I almost did. We're going to do the exact same thing we did before, which is put in our VLAN ranges / mode access. Okay, so we did trunks for the 2 ports that we're going to be connecting us. Now we're going to do all of our access VLANs, which is the one that's extremely repetitive, and you can type it in once and then just hit the up arrow. So int range, if we look over here, again, you can use this as a reference, which you did in the first one. Here's my range, int range, boom. Okay. Int range FA0/1-6. Enter. Switch port. You have 2 options: switch port mode access and switch port mode trunk. We're going to do access right now. Access is the one that's going from the computers to the switch. Switch to switch or switch to router, we're going to consider that trunk. And then in device to switch is going to be our access. So that's the way to think of it, I suppose. The trunk of the tree, right? The trunk of the tree is those 2 switches and that router, right? These are the branches. So access branches. Switchboard. Okay, access. And then VLAN, we're doing our first VLAN, right? Because port 1 through 6 is what? VLAN 10, right? So I typed in port 1 through 6 here. Now we're going to type in VLAN 10 here. Boom, that's done. Now, up, up, up. Delete, delete, delete. 7-11, enter. Up, 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 enter. Up, up, up. Delete, delete. 20, enter. Up, up, up. 12-17, enter. Up, 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 mode access, up, 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 VLAN 30, enter. Up, 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 last one is going to be 18 to 22, enter. Up, 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 enter. Up, 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 99, enter. Now that's done. The one thing we have left to do, we got to get our trunk. Now, if we go look at our setup here, notice how this switch is all by itself, which means only this port right here actually needs to be trunked. This one had 2 trunks. This one only has 1. Okay? So that port right there, if you remember earlier, we did was, we're going to hit exit, was interface gigabit 0/2. Because remember I put 0/2 was the 2 switches together, and 0/1 was from the switch to the router. Once I've got int gigabit 0/2, I'm going to hit switch port. Same command this whole time, switch port, one word, space mode. So that's the same. This time we're going to type in trunk. Not trunk, trunk, trunk. Boom. That's it. No shutdown. Not shutdown. Not shutdown. No shutdown. And then exit, exit, and read write. Boom. Now our switches are done. Simple, 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 simple. All right, I'm trying to speed this up. Okay, so those switches are done now. So all we got left to do is this router. So I'm going to click on the router. Click on my command line interface. We're going to hit enter a couple times. Hit no. Enter ENA config T. I'm going to config T line. We're going to call host name. We're going to call it ROS1, router on stick 1. Now, this is the encapsulation. This is kind of the real weird command that we don't normally use. But think of it this way. Where am I getting my information from on the router? On the router, I'm getting all my information from gigabit 0/0. Everything's connected through 0/0. So when we come to config, we're going to type in interface gig 0/0. And here's where it gets a little tricky. You remember we were doing the dashes for the ports? We're going to do a period. So 0 dot VLAN what? We're starting with 10, right? So dot 10. So int gig 0/0, which is the port, dot 10. Not slash, not dash, dot 10. Hit enter. Boom. It takes us in. Now we're going to type in encap. I hit tab. It fills in encapsulation for me if you don't want to type that all the way out. Type in encap dot. Hit tab again. It's dot 1Q. Okay. So you can actually type in ENC tab and then DOT tab, and that's easier for you. Now we're on doing VLAN 10, right? Because I did dot 10. We're going to do dot 1Q space 10. Hit enter, and then we're going to put in the IP address for that. What's the IP address for that? We're going to come right here. Boom. Right here. We got our IP address right here. And we're going to make it a dot 1 like we always do, right? Dot 1 is the beginning of our network. This is our network ID. We're never going to use dot 0. We're always going to start with dot 1. So IP add 192.168.11.1 space 255.255.255.0. Okay, default gateway. That's all normal stuff we've done, right? Hit enter. That's it. So you get 3 commands. Get to the interface, do the dot 1Q, and then the IP address. So now, same thing. Up, up, up. Change the 10 to a 20. Hit enter. Up, up, up. Change the 10 to a 20. Enter. Up, up, up. Change this 11 to what's my next network for VLAN 20 is 22. Type in 22. Hit enter. Done. Up, up, up. 30. Enter. Up, up, up. Delete 20. Put 30. Enter. Up, up, up. Delete 22, 33, enter. I'm just using this IP scheme to the right? Easy, easy, easy. You just once you remember the command, you're going to repeat it 4 times, assuming 4 times, because I'm assuming he's giving us 4 VLANs. If he gives us 3 VLANs, you repeat it 3 times. He gives us 10 VLANs, you repeat it 10 times. Okay. Delete the 30, put a 99. Up, up, up. Delete the 30, put a 99. Enter. Delete. Up, up, up. Ooh, computer's lagging. Up, 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 delete 33, and put 99. Boom. Exit. That is not exit. That is exit. Do a read write. Done. The last thing we didn't do. Remember we did a trunk for this port right here, this port right here, and this port right here. Well, guess what? This is the last part of the trunk right here. This top part going to the router. So what are we going to do? We're going to interface gig 0/0, enter. We're going to do what? No shutdown. That's it. Exit. Now see, this tells you it changed all those states to up. Exit, exit. Okay. Read write. Done. Now that's done. Now, to test all of this, we need to do what? We need to give these all IP addresses. Well, I'm not going to do all that because it's going to take forever. So we're just going to give, this is in VLAN 10. So I'm going to make this 192.168.11.12. 192.168.11.1. Close it. I'm going to do this one down here. This is in VLAN 99. So I'm going to do 192.168.99. I'm going to do 100. You see my little my plan, my IP plan right here. All right. So I'm going to stick to that. Default gateway is 192.168.99.1. Boom. We'll come over here and do VLAN 30. VLAN 30 is what? 192.168.33. We're going to do 33 because it's on the left hand side. 192.168.33.1. I'm hitting tab, by the way, when I'm done typing, and it fills in the information for me. So I'll go over that again. VLAN 20, 192.168.22.22 is what I'm choosing to do. I hit tab right there. It goes to fill that one in for me. Tab again, it highlights it. So all I have to do is type 192.168.22.1. Now, we should be able to communicate between, go to the command prompt, ping, to type in there, ping. What's my default gateway for VLAN 10? 192.168.11.1. I should be able to ping and see. There, I can see it. Cool. Now, let's try pinging something else I'm connected to. 99.100. I can see it. It has to figure out the route, right? That's why you see that request timed out and then it goes. It's got to figure out the route. So let's find the computer on VLAN 20. So that's 22.22. Let's find that one. Boom. Easy money. All right. And last but not least, we'll double check our work and do 33.33. That'll be the last one we set up. Now we can also try and ping the gateway, which is what? 192.168.99.1. So we'll do that real quick. 192.168.99.1. And there we go. Easy peasy squeezies. All right. That's it for router on a stick. So I'm going to stop it here, and the next video will be the multi-layer switch.